think the message of Hosea centers on the enduring love of God for his people, and it also focuses on the way that love shapes us when we fall into sin and go astray from the Lord, and shows us the way he recovers us through his love and his grace. Readers today, I think, could learn a lot about the nature of divine love, especially what it means to talk about redemptive love. You have a lot of interest today in what love is. You can find it in statements, for instance, quoted by politicians and some Christian speakers that will talk about love winning or love wins. The problem in a lot of that is that there's a definition of love presupposed often in there that isn't necessarily a biblical one. In Hosea, love does win, but it's redemptive love that wins through the fulfillment of God's justice and not apart from that. Hosea teaches us not all forms of love are constructive. Some are actually deadly and destructive. And so I think it's very relevant to our own time and day because of that emphasis on the nature of redemptive love. I mean, the love by which God redeems us in Jesus Christ, and that has to do with the fulfillment of his justice as well as the manifestation of his grace. There's a place in the Old Testament in the book of Exodus where it speaks of God as one who is long-suffering, compassionate, and abounding in mercy, but who will by no means clear the guilty. God deals with us according to what I call a cross-shaped logic, a logic that manifests grace and love toward us in the context of the fulfillment of God's justice. The biggest challenge is the difference in societies that we live in. Hosea's world is an agricultural society, very agrarian. There's special temptation for the agrarian existence that Hosea is part of to look to false gods to bring rain. You can't have grain, wine, and olive for making oils unless you have rain. That's so fundamental to human existence. The temptation is always there to turn to false gods as sources of rain, and one in particular in the book of Hosea is the god Baal, a Canaanite god. We now live in an industrial and technological society, and so there's sort of a buffer between us and nature. But I think the common factor is idolatry is still very much a problem. Even though we're in this industrial and technological society, we still look to false gods in order to meet our needs and to keep our lives going, to give us hope for the future. So in that sense, we're not so different from the agricultural world of Hosea's day.